I think you start thinking it might not be our year when you see Manchester City beating Tottenham with a 95th minute winner. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here with Liverpool, and today we can distract ourselves from the closest title race that I have been involved with, certainly that I can remember, with two cup games, two bits of cup action for us today, just to take our minds off the fact that we're probably going to get sacked at the end of the season. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Their goal difference is better than us as well. So as you've seen from the table, we are 3 points behind Manchester City still, which means that they haven't dropped points, but also neither have we. We haven't mucked up since the last episode, and we're actually on a pretty good run of form in terms of wins. Just the two games in between then and now, and it was two very routine Premier League victories. A 3-0 win against Watford, 2 from Salah, 1 from Paqueta, and then a 4-0 win against Bournemouth, 2 from Salah again, 1 each from Bentancur and Virgil van Dijk. So that's not too bad at all, really. Not too bad at all. But we turn our attention, as said, to some cup action. We have got the first leg of our Champions League knockout round match against Valencia, or Zebra if you prefer. And then after that, no small task at all, Wolverhampton Wanderers in the EFL or Carabao Cup final. Can we get revenge for what they did to us in the Premier League and pick up yet another piece of silverware? I mean, it's almost a nice distraction from the Premier League pressures. I'm going to have a heart attack in terms of the Premier League, but yeah, let's see what we can do in the Champions League. Obviously last season, that was our first season in the Champions League last season with Liverpool. We did reach the quarter-finals before being knocked out by Real Madrid. I'm sure it was Real Madrid. Probably should have researched that before. Yes, it was Real Madrid. We're quite unlucky. Won the first leg 3-2, of course, but then lost the second leg 2-0, so quite unlucky. We did get past Bayern Munich in the first knockout round, so can we do the same this year against Juventus? Or Zebra, we should probably say Zebra, for copyright reasons and all that sort of absolute nonsense. The team then is, as you would expect, looking fit, looking ready, looking raring to go. Alisson in goal. He wants to leave, of course, if we don't win the Champions League, so he should be on his top form, you would hope. Rafinha, Foucher, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold, the defence. Vujovic on the right-hand side, Salah on the left-hand side. We've skipped out the midfield. Paqueta, Bentancur and Salvador, of course, is the midfield. Frankie de Jong is just about recovered from his injury, so he can come back onto the bench in place of Gedson Fernandes, who has done pretty well in his absence, but Salvador's been really good too. So De Jong has had a very good season, but just a slight dip in form before he got injured, so I'm going to keep Salvador in there because we've won since he's been deputising for him. And then, of course, Colin Nicholson will be up front. Need to see a few more goals from him. He's not the most prolific of strikers, but he's trying. His work rate is very good. Well then, the old lady, probably that's not copyrighted, is it? We'll call them that. Some familiar faces in this, of course. De Ligt, Rugani, both still there. Andy Robertson, who we sold to them last summer, still really good. I don't regret it because Rafinha has actually been sensational this season, but still a little bit sad. They've got Torreira in there. They've got Corte in midfield, who is very good. Dybala's still there on the right-hand side. They've got Koita up front. He starts the game at RB Salzburg. And he looks decent. He's been very expensively purchased. Was at Real Madrid and then joined Juventus. Lots of money being spent on him. Not the highest goal return, so expect a hat-trick from him today. And then Jorge, who knows, on the left-hand side. 100 rating, which is somewhat rare, but yeah, our scouts like him, and I can see why. We're going to have to be on the top of our game, that is for sure, here in Turin at the Zebra Stadium, or something like that anyway. It's obviously always good to be away from home in the first leg. If we can get that away goal, that will certainly help us. Certainly going to be tough though. First highlight is Andy Robertson on the ball, lays it off to Lucas Torreira. Two players who know Liverpool very, very well, of course. One more than the other. Dybala on the right-hand side. It's looking pretty patient build-up here from Juventus. And Koita's in. He's offside, though, I think. Indeed he is. It was a lovely move from Juventus, though. Early warning signs. They're on a good run of form here. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it. That's not good. That's not what I want to see. Jorge has done exactly what we kind of thought he might do, given his impressive impressive rating from our scouts. That's just so easy for him. One of the easiest goals he'll ever get in his life, and I mean, you have to say Juventus deserve it so far. Absolutely nothing from us. It's all Juve at the moment. This could get pretty messy. And we got our goalkeeper right on the line here. Alisson, who said he wants to leave. Paqueta's running forwards. Colin Nicholson's in. We slagged him off. It's his 11th of the season. I mean, that's really quite bad given the money we've spent on him. But this is a very good one and a very important one. Paqueta picks the ball up, as he so often does, driving forwards. And it is an excellent finish from the Scotsman up front, Colin Nicholson. It's only his 11th of the season, but it's very good that he's got it today. Right then, back in it. We're fully back in it. Rafinha on the left-hand side to Paqueta. Beats his man, cutting inside. He's been pushed out to the wide position. We've managed to injure Matthias de Ligt, which is pretty good. I mean, we've got an away goal. Not even highlighted that fact, really. An away goal after a pretty shaky start. We are back into this in full and fine style and looking good in the second half. Paqueta can't quite get there, though, but Salah does. Gives it back to Paqueta. Is he going to go for a shot? Well, he did. Not quite sure what happened there. Right, well into the second half here. Need to see a little bit more. Maybe another goal would be very nice indeed for us. But to be honest, a 1-1 draw away from home wouldn't be too bad. Salah, though, has other ideas. Puts the corner in. But down to Salvador. Voucher to Rafinha. There's so many players in space which we're not picking up here. Look at the space. Look at the space for especially Vujovic. No one's picking up at all. Rafinha finally finds a bit of room. Tackle from Torreira is a big one, but it doesn't clear the danger. And we're still stuck on this left-hand side. To switch the ball over. Salah, it's saved. Vujovic picks it up finally. Trent picks it up finally. And it's been cleared. I mean, that was a little bit disappointing. There's so much room for both Trent and Marko Vujovic. Right, time is going away. We should probably make a change. Vujovic has, not really entirely through any fault of his own, not had much of an impact on the game. He's just not been given the ball. Nicholson nearly steals in, but Verips picks it up, and potential big goal kick from him here. Now he goes short to Rugani, and well, this is very ominous from Juve, it's fair to say. Ball across to Jorge, and he heads it just over. And the time's completely gone. I'm not even going to make another sub. There's no point because it wouldn't happen. 1-1 is not bad at all, actually. Not bad at all. Getting that away goal, keeping it nice and secure. In fact, keeping the advantage for us, really. And we go back to Anfield next episode with a good chance of progressing to the next round. So pretty positive result, I think. And we have got ourselves a bit of time now. Have a bit of a rest before the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So we're going to have a bit of a team meeting before the old Cup final. And we're expected to win this final. And it's the sort of attitude I want to see from every one of you. Go for that one. Everyone's fine, apart from Pierre Voucher. I mean, you were in that nightclub the other day, weren't you? I mean, sort your attitude out, Pierre. I'm not impressed with you, not in the good books at the moment. I mean, everyone agrees with me, apart from Pierre. How's that affected his morale? He's not changed. He's fine. Everyone else is fine. Some league games in the meantime, and well, Manchester United have beaten their crosstown rivals 4-0. It's an annihilation from the red half of the city, and that is fantastic. That is arguably more important than winning the cup. If we don't win the cup, I'm happy because of what we've just seen. It means that if we can win our next game, well, the goal difference has been cut massively now, and we are now 3 points behind with a game in hand. We can potentially draw level with City with our next league game. What is our next league game? Incidentally, it's Brighton at home. So fingers crossed. So that was a pretty big boost. Let's get another boost today by getting some revenge against Wolves and getting another piece of silverware in the bag. They have Suso, former Liverpool player, playing for them, but he's cup tied, so no joy in that regard for them. So the team is going to be the same as the team that played Juventus. The only issue really is, do we play De Jong ahead of Salvador? And I think given the form that Salvador is in at the moment, 7.58 in terms of his recent form, he's got to stay in there. It's a shame for Frankie because he's done so well and he's obviously an exceptional player. What a player he is. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, I think we're going to give the young Portuguese man the opportunity in this one. Obviously, Frankie's on the bench if we need him to come on, but no changes then. Let's go and do this. Now, we've been at Wembley before with Liverpool. We won the Community Shield, of course, this season, and then the FA Cup last season as well, our biggest trophy. Well, really our biggest club trophy, actually. Obviously, we've won the World Cup, so that's not really anything bigger than that. But as a club trophy, that was pretty good. Can we get the full domestic set apart from the league? The last domestic cup for us to win at a top level. Obviously, we didn't win the Checkatrade Trophy, which was maybe slightly disappointing. But anyway, Wolves are a pretty decent team. We know that they've beaten us earlier on in the season. They've got Andrea Zivkovic on the right hand side, always deadly. Lots of other solid players throughout their team. Not going to be easy at all. We found that to our cost last time. But this is a final. This is a final at Wembley. I expect nothing but a win. We're on such good form. Good result from the other day in Turin. Go out there, win that cup for the supporters. Well, absolutely thrilling scenes at Wembley so far. Half an hour gone. Don't know what's happened. We've had one shot on target apparently. That's it. Any possession things. Dominating possession. I say dominating possession. Slightly dominating possession. Bentancur's apparently had a poor game. Rafinha, though, supplying the first highlight. Vujovic has missed. It was just like he's missing the World Cup in the semi-final for Germany. He's hit the crossbar and it's still 0-0. Was it the semi-final or was it the quarter-final? I can't remember. Anyway, disappointing. That was the only highlight we've seen. And we have not scored. I mean, to be fair, nothing from Wolves really, but I remember the league game being similar to this. We kind of dominated, and then they ended up getting a goal. So we need to see a bit more. They're being very. They must be sitting back quite defensively. We need to maybe switch things up, try and break them down a bit. Maybe go to the other system. This is a cup final. Are you up for it, boys? This is a cup final. Bentancur's having a shocker. We'll bring on De Jong. Bit of impetus from him. Vujovic is having a disaster class as well. So Salah will leave. Well, no, we're making the change now. Jordan Richard on. It's a risk. It is a risk. We'll bring on Vignato as well. That's a big risk, taking off our two best players, arguably. But we're going to do it because we're seeing absolutely nothing. We're heading for extra time in this one. There's been one highlight in the entire game. I mean, we're going to go positive for the final few minutes of normal time at least. This is not what I was anticipating really. I didn't necessarily think we'd win, but well, it's full time. It's extra time. We've seen one highlight in the entire game. I feel like it's heading to penalties. Here's a corner though. Can we do something here? Virgil van Dijk trying to assert some experience on the game. He's kept the ball. Richard on the left, cutting inside. Can he find a good ball in? He's gone for the post. I thought the patch got rid of that nonsense. One more substitution to make. Do we take off Nicholson, who's once again being ineffectual, or do we take off Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is once again being tired? I'm going to take off Nicholson. We'll bring on Moussa Dembele. He's a man for a big occasion, and it's a big 15 minutes coming up. We've seen two highlights in 105 minutes of football. Come on, do something. Should we go attacking? Because I don't want another penalty shootout. I hate penalty shootouts so much. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing has happened. What is this game? Well, Wolves have played for 120 minutes. They've just played for a penalty shootout because they've done nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. Taken off my best penalty taker. It's another penalty shootout. Where has that gone? Dembele scores, but oh dear. Alright, Zivkovic for Wolves. He's missed it. Advantage for us. Added pressure, of course, that comes with that Paqueta. Can he just bury it, please? He does. We're 2-0 up. That's a relief. James Garner, former player of ours at Leicester, has made it 2-1. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's tired. Don't be too tired, Trent. He's not too tired. Victor Lindelof, formerly of Manchester United, has made it 3-2. We're good, doing well so far though. Vignato, just bury it, please. He's saved. He's saved, and we're level. This is McNeil to formally level it. He does, and it's oh god. Why can't it just be easy? Frankie De Jong off the bench. Should he have started? Well, he's proving why he should have been playing there. And now we do still have the advantage. If Idrissa Doumbia misses, we win the League Cup. He steps up and it's saved by Alisson. It's saved by Alisson. He's saved our bacon again. We've won the League Cup 4-3 on penalties after a 0-0 draw. That is the most boring cup final I have ever witnessed in my life. We've won the trophy, but I just want to win a trophy in a more easy way than that. Goodness me, penalty shootouts, I hate them. I really hate them. Well done, boys. I've said I'm happy with their performance out there. I don't know what their performance was, to be honest. Didn't really see anything. But the history books will record the fact that this year, the winners of this tournament were Liverpool Football Club. It is another piece of silverware for us. Our third trophy at Liverpool. We are racking them up now. Excellent stuff. Medals for everybody. The board are delighted. We have won silverware 5 years ahead of schedule. So they wanted us to win silverware in 5 years, but they want us to win the league this season. Okay, right, we're one of the top English managers now. That's exciting. Into the top 10. There we go, behind Herbert Chapman. Not too far behind there, not bad at all. And the board are pleased. Hopefully they'll be pleased at the end of the season if we don't win the Premier League. But at least we've won that. And we're racking up the old trophies. Not too bad at all. Right, so next time then, after the excitement... Well, I say excitement, that's obviously a lie. The pleasing result, shall we say, of that one. Next time we will be back for a conclusion of our Champions League game against Juventus, the second leg, probably, depending on how anything else goes with the fixture list, probably with Arsenal as well. Could be a pretty crucial game in the League Two. Hopefully we'll have won all of our matches in the meantime. And then we are, of course, getting to the business end of the season. Just a quick reminder of the how the league is shaping up. Obviously, we can't discount Arsenal. We're talking about Man City all the time, but Arsenal are right in there. They are level on points and goal difference with us. They are only ahead of us on goals scored, but we have, of course, have a game in hand on them, but still very, very close. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully you will join me for that. Then leave a like if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe as well so you don't miss it, and I will see you next time.